Okay, so this will be our for sale video for this 02 Pontiac Grand Am. I'm gonna go ahead and pull it out since it's a nice day, and we'll get a good look around at it. But first, I wanted to do a cold start before I pulled it out. Having the aftermarket muffler, it is a little louder on startup, but it does quiet down once it warms up. So now that's idled down, you can kind of hear it's not that loud, but it has a good tone to it. And we're at operating temp, so I'm only going to shut her down, and we'll go over as much as I can think of. So what we're looking at here is a 2002. It has 82 some thousand miles on it. It is a very clean car. It is a very clean car. Had the rocker moldings off, had the front and rear bumpers off. I was underneath quite a bit of this thing. It was stored in the garage for about 10 years before I got it. So, with some upkeep, this car lasts a very, very long time. So at the outside, I added the hood and the spoiler, which was an 03 Plus option. I did have to do all new bumpers because it didn't have any. The front, I added black housing with clear corner headlights. Body's in really good shape too. Even the pieces that I had to go buy, I spent quite a while trying to find the best ones that I could possibly. You can walk around. So it does have new tires, Goodyear Eagle Sports at all four corners, maybe 1,000 miles on them. As far as brakes, the pads and rotors are newer. They were put on before the car was parked. So all four corners got brand new rubber hoses, and the rear got 2 new calipers. It is an SLP exhaust. Matter of fact, it is a whole new exhaust from motor back. So new cat, new resonator. And of course the muffler is from a junkyard from another Grand Am. I do need to correct the one tip, as I just kind of installed on the car and I haven't adjusted it yet. So other than that, that is pretty much the outside. 5% tinted windows, so keep the peepers out. Windows work, sunroof works as it should. New suspension, new loaded struts, matter of fact, at all four corners. And then I also looked over all the other suspension components, and everything's in good shape. I did change the passenger control arm because it needed a ball joint on that side. I drove this thing down the road. It drives straight, no knocks, no thumps, no nothing like that. So under the hood, I had to drop a fresh motor and trans in this thing, as both were blown. This one came with 90,000 miles, so it's pretty close to the car's mileage. It has the intake gaskets updated. There are no leaks anywhere. Did a fresh oil change right before we started it up. Fresh coolant. It sits right where it needs to. I did get all brand new brake fluid too, and I did all the brake work. I replaced quite a bit since it was mostly missing. So all the belt drive was replaced with new used stuff. New plug wires, the plugs are newer, they look in good shape. Coil packs are newer. New EGR and tube, new Evap solenoid, All the vacuum hoses have been replaced. Did a new MAF sensor, new thermostat, and with that I did a flush and new green coolant with a new coolant bottle. Front and rear trans mounts were replaced. The other two are in good shape. Looked over all the coolant hoses. I replaced which ones needed replaced. The other ones are fine. Newer battery. Running, it sits right at 14.2 where it needs to. New air filter. I did a new pressure regulator and a brand new pump. Good heat, good AC. Both work like they should and are really good actually. And then I also replaced both O2 sensors with brand new ones. Interior, really clean, factory cloth, no dash curl. Carpet's in fair condition, you know, some stains from being old, but it's not all torn up. It does have an aftermarket radio, but it's just an old one I had laying around. It does have the adapter that retains the chime, as you can tell. And then come to the back seat. Again, factory cloth, just good shape. Like I said, all windows work, sunroof worked. And then in the trunk, again, you know, just the fact that it's clean. And then a side note, I'm going to include this brand new filter and brand new gasket for the transmission with the car. I had it as a just in case, but I feel it does not need it at this point. But in the future, if it does, that'll save a couple bucks. I did drive it down the road, and it drives really nice. Shifts like it should. Doesn't overheat. And one last thing to wrap this up. As you see, I have an SCT lip here that if the price is negotiated fairly, I will include with the car. I don't have extra hardware, but I will send you with the info and what you need to attach it. The car will be listed at $4,000, and obviously that can be negotiated. Hopefully this video helps you get a good look at the car. Only so much I can do. So any questions, let me know in the comments, or send me private messages on either Instagram at It's Just a Grand Am, or on Facebook.